about our actual Hell in a Cell review, Mikey, or your thoughts in the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go bit by bit, I guess. Let's start with our pre-show of New Day defeating Rusev Day for the tag team titles in the pre-show. What are your thoughts on that one?
It wasn't bad. It was a good match. I'm glad New Day came out on top because it sets up the whole Rusev Day storyline. But also, I kind of would have been nice to see Rusev Day with the titles for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they did steal our idea of breaking up Rusev Day, which is very disappointing. But we've already established this, which is very disappointing, but also flattering. But yeah, good to decent match, or decent to good match, I guess. Of the New Day and Rusev Day. I would have liked to maybe see Rusev Day actually have some titles, because it's sort of weird having a tag team that just never wins a single title.
Yeah, Rusev keeps getting title shots too, and he just keeps losing.
I saw even if he still gets title shots, like think of like all the title shots he's been able to have in the past like year. Like he's had
WWE title shot. He's had the tag team title shot. He just had a United States title shot.
I'm trying to remember what else he had. But like everything on every title on SmackDown, he's had a title shot in the past like 6 months. Like not even the past 6 months, like the past past 2-3 months.
Yeah, they're like, it's like, we need someone to face these guys. Who's it going to be? Rusev.
Yeah, I don't know where you go with his character. I don't know where you go with this breakup, but that happened on SmackDown. But I guess we'll find out. What's up next? Randy Orton defeats Jeff Hardy in a brutal Hell in a Cell match. Mikey, your thoughts? Oh, wait, before I move on, do you have a meatball rating for the New Day Rusev Day match?
Like a 3.
Oh, 3 meatballs out of 5. Okay, Randy Orton defeats Jeff Hardy in a brutal Hell in a Cell match.
Oh my god, this match was it was good. I enjoyed it. But I was kind of on and off with it because I was watching it at work. Had it on my phone on the WWE Network, and it was kind of on and off. But
I heard it's $9.99 a month.
Yeah, $99.99 a month now.
$9.99.
$9.99 free for new subscribers.
Yes, it is. These are facts.
Okay, so I got to see most of the match though, luckily, and it was really good. I was surprised it was the opener. I thought they were gonna save that for. I thought they were gonna save that for like a little closer to the end, but I guess they just wanted to start us off with all of that.
In terms of card placement, I guess it was probably good to start the show with a Hell in a Cell match and end it with one.
Yeah, that was neat. Got the crowd hyped. It was like, here's your Hell in a Cell match, and then it got them hyped for the one that's later. But that bit where Orton grabbed the screwdriver, I was actually like cringing at my screen, and not in like the cringe way. Like I was like, no, I like actually had my hands over my eyes. Like I could not watch it.
Yeah, that was legitimately
so
rough to watch. Which is, I guess that's good. Good, like in terms of like the PG product that WWE puts out, and like that they're able to. It is a testament to say that like they're able to make cringing, disturbing images without the use of blood. Which, granted, like, there's not many superstars that you can put a screwdriver into their earlobe and twist it. Which is terrifying to say, but...
Just thinking about it makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, but, like, that is a testament to what you can still do in a PG era, is that you still do disgusting, disturbing things like that force people to turn off their TV because they're so grossed out. And unsubscribe from the network. That's $9.99.
Free for new subscribers.
Yeah, without the use of blood, which I gotta give props to Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy on that idea. And just props to Jeff Hardy in this match
for going with that idea.
Going with that idea, all the things that he put his body through.
Yeah. At
the very end of the match, sort of going through that table 30 feet high,
face first.
It's wild. Like his stomach, he was coughing up blood.
Was that real or was that a work?
I'm not sure because
Like, was he actually coughing up blood, or were they like just a way to write him, or was that just a way to write him off TV for a bit?
I honestly do not know, simply because the WWE .com press release stated that he was coughing up blood. They rushed him to the hospital, but then during the middle of the night, he got up on his own accord and left the hospital.
Nah, I don't need this shit.
Yeah, and then he was at a house show.
Okay, so he's probably fine.
He's probably fine. So it's totally possible that it is a work. We cannot confirm these details, but it does feel like it could be a work of some kind. We're not sure, but I wouldn't. I mean, there's several things you could do with that storyline of being like a broken Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
like it sort of works. Definitely could go in that direction. I don't like continue this Randy Orton feud with a broken Jeff Hardy. I mean, you certainly could do that. Yeah, what's also nice about broken Jeff Hardy, I mean, Jeff Hardy needs to take a breather and like not work as hard for a while because his body needs to rest.
How about saying not do swantons on the ring apron?
Yeah, but even then, if you have him off TV for a while, have rest a couple extra days or whatever, finish out this house show tour, and then he can actually rest, or however long that will take. But then even if he comes back as a broken Jeff Hardy, he's one that...
Brother Nero.
Yes, we could still see some Brother Nero, even though I guess he's announced retirement sort of through the internet, which is weird. No, it's not that weird. It's Matt Hardy. Broken Jeff Hardy is one that doesn't do as many high-flying moves because of his addiction.
Interesting.
So that could be a way to have him rest up, but then come back to continue the storyline, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what unfolds. I think I do like this Randy Orton character that we have, and I think
I'm excited to see who his next target's going to be.
Oh yeah, I think you could easily have a new target, and then a broken Jeff Hardy comes back. Who that new target could be? I mean, it could be. I mean, honestly, it could be Shinsuke, but then Shinsuke would then have to turn face. But at the same time, he's got nothing going on. So
I don't know. I think his new target is going to be AJ.
I don't know. I mean, I
don't know. It feel because he's trying to go after people like the WWE Universe admire and like blah 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 and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Who's the most over on SmackDown right now, besides like Becky?
Yeah, that'd be weird if Randy Orton attacked Becky. I mean, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles.
But I don't know. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. They're also both in feuds already, so that's tough. I don't know.
Well, this is what you do. You have The Miz win the WWE Championship #1 contendership spot at the Australian Super Showdown. Mm-hmm. That ends that feud because that means Daniel Bryan got 3 back-to-back losses to The Miz, which is wild.
They can't have this feud end without Daniel Bryan coming out on top at least once, right?
You would think so, but then you could have Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan, which is a storied feud that's happened in the past, and sort of is in line with the Randy Orton character. That can hold over everyone till like Royal Rumble, because we're still gonna get through Survivor Series and all that. That can hold everyone over for a while. Then Bryan or someone like The Miz wins the WWE Championship. Then Bryan wins the Royal Rumble. Then that's the WrestleMania match. My pick, I would love to make it a hair versus hair match at WrestleMania versus Daniel. I know Daniel Bryan wants to do a hair versus hair match. Dan Bryan. And I just love the idea of The Miz bald.
That does sound very good.
What can be more humiliating to the actor The Miz character than him being completely bald? And he doesn't have a beard, so a completely bald Miz would be such a funny sight. It'd be so hilarious. Okay, well, what's your meatball rating on this Randy Orton Jeff Hardy match at Hell in a Cell?
4 meatballs.
Ooh.
It had me pulled in like a cool match with a lot of cool stuff happening, a lot of innovative use of different weapons, like the ladder where they did the suplex onto it and it folded up on Jeff. That was neat.
That was disgusting. Okay, well then, moving on. Becky Lynch defeats Charlotte Flair to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Finally! Finally!
You're very happy about this one, Mikey.
Oh, so happy about this one. Becky deserves it so much, and I'm so glad she's being this cocky fucking person to Charlotte. Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, when on SmackDown, her new persona, this very, like, anti, sort of, like, punk, stone cold character.
It's so good. It's so good.
Like, the best in the world mentality with, like the I don't care about anyone besides this championship and myself.
Mm-hmm.
Stone coldness.
It was interesting, too, because she wasn't that, like, heel either, because she was like, thanks, Paige, you went all out on this is nice. But then, as soon as Charlotte came out, she started being a bitch again, and it was wonderful.
That is a good point. She was very nice to Paige. It was just Charlotte.
That's the thing. Like, Becky's like, old Becky is still there a little bit, but when it comes to Charlotte, it's immediately back to anti-hero Becky, and I love that.
Yeah, I really like her new character.
Like, all of that, like, good-natured, like, I'm Becky Lynch, like I'm Becky Lynch, I'm the best, I'm like the over with the fans, and here's my cool Instagram funny pun stories. To, like, hey Charlotte, call me queen. Like, hell yes.
What were your thoughts of the match at the pay-per-view?
It was a very good match. They put on a clinic. I thought it was a fun match to watch. Lots of story. I liked it a lot. Yeah,
the potential for this feud is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Spear reversal into a pin, beautiful to look at.
Very good. And
to note, Charlotte did not tap out here.
Nope.
She did not. Never tapped out. She only got pinned.
Mm-hmm.
So that does protect Charlotte to an extent. What was your?
I figured they wouldn't have her tap out.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. What's your meatball rating?
4. I'll give this one a 4 as well.
Awesome.
But like, also a 10 million because Becky has a title now.
Of course. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, defeating them to retain the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships.
This match was bonkers. As everyone knew it was going to be, this match was bonkers, and it was so good.
The complete opposite of our review of last week, where it was
a 1 meatball match.
It was a one -1 meatballs. Yes, this match which is wild. You put 4 workhorses into a ring, and that of course will be your outcome.
I would say 4 workhorses in a ring and watch them work, and it was phenomenal. It was a really, really good match.
It was phenomenal to say the least, even though it wasn't AJ Styles. So get out of here, Styles.
It was pretty incredible.
What was your meatball?
4.75.
Ooh, very close to a 5 meatball. A juicy meatball.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good.
This meatball's fairly juicy. It has less juice.
Fairly juicy.
But it's fairly juicy. AJ Styles retains the WWE Championship against Samoa Joe.
I at first wasn't a fan of the sketchy ending, where it was like,
yeah,
AJ tapped out. No, I pinned Joe, like that. Like, I didn't like it at first, but now that I'm like thinking about it, and now that I saw like what happened on SmackDown, where Joe is now like, you never get rid of me. I'm here. You know what you know the truth. Like, that was really cool. And I know that Joe can make literally anything cool, but I think that match ending was really smart because it makes it almost like, because right now we kind of have the storyline where AJ can't beat Joe, so he keeps kind of getting out of it, you know?
Yeah. It is a very good point. I mean, and you're looking at this, I don't understand why AJ Styles is happy about their Super Showdown pay-per-view match. The no disqualification, no count out, whatever the hell it's called.
Because now he has no way to like cheat his way out of a win.
I mean,
he can't DQ himself. He can't get counted out. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand why, going into this match, he has to know that he's going to lose, and that is a huge character point that WWE is not really talking about. That he hasn't hasn't been able to beat Joe. He
hasn't been able to beat Joe clean yet.
He certainly probably knows that he can't beat Joe at this point. He knows the fact that he tapped out to the Coquina clutch.
Yeah.
So why would he defend here? Like, he's like, I'm going to lose this title. And my wife and my daughter.
And Joe's going to be their new daddy.
And they're going to go to the Swiss Alps.
With Cesaro.
Who just happens to be there. He's the fun uncle. Oh my god, Cesaro the fun uncle.
Uncle Cesaro.
Oh my god, that's such an amazing picture. What would you give this meatball rating to?
I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay.
Because I thought it was a good match, but the ending, I think was weird, but it was also kind of smart. But I also really just want to see like a definitive ending to one of these matches already. You know?
Yeah, it feels like we'll definitely get one of the Super Showdown. But at the same time, we also have Crown Jewel after that.
Which I think is really stupid, honestly.
We have like 3 pay-per-views they're promoting for, which is wild. Which is everyone's sort of complained about it online to an extent, to a little bit.
I'm okay with Super Showdown. I don't think Crown Jewel is necessary in my eyes. I think it's just another cash grab, honestly.
It is.
Super Showdown's cool because they're like, oh, we're bringing WWE to Australia where they don't really get pay-per-views that much, you know. So it's like a cool thing.
Yes,
but
I don't know what the financials are on the top of my head, obviously, but
like,
I
they
do
just
know,
went to Saudi Arabia with Greatest Royal Rumble.
I do know that this Saudi Arabia show is going to be a very, very big financial boon. Not boon, financial. I guess financial gain for WWE.
Yeah.
It is sort of a cash grab, but it's also a wrestling business, so.
Yeah.
The business states you make the money.
I still just hate it. I still just hate that they keep going back to Saudi Arabia though, because they keep being like, women's revolution, and then they're like, let's keep pandering to this place where they don't allow women to do anything.
That's fair. Which is interesting. It's interesting that they have the all women's Evolution pay-per-view and then the all men's Crown Jewel pay-per-view.
After they just had an all men's Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
In the same place.
Yes, it is fairly annoying. It is the whole debacle is fairly annoying. But
maybe they'll get enough money for Pyro again.
Well, they're gonna they had Pyro at the Greatest Royal Rumble. So
no, I mean like regular Pyro, like
I see
like consistent
like
Pyro.
For every show.
Yeah.
I missed the Pyro. But yeah, but the Crown Jewel is just the way so that all the money they're getting from Crown Jewel they're just gonna put towards Kenny Omega. They just need it. They just need they have the Fox deal for the Young Bucks, Greatest Royal Rumble for Cody, and the Crown Jewel or the Greatest Royal Rumble for Kenny, and the Crown Jewel for Cody. They just got to start collecting this wealth.
They did have
and Super Showdown's Adam Page or Marty or something.
I know. This really has nothing to do with Kenny Omega or Cody Rhodes. I know WWE did have a meeting with Impact recently.
Yes, they did.
Which is interesting. I wonder where that's going.
Impact people stated that they're not selling Impact. It wasn't anything like that.
I figured that wasn't going to be the case. I figured they're going to talk about like maybe grabbing more talent or something like that.
I don't know. I'm not sure about talent. I suspect more video library.
Oh, for like the network and stuff? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, WWE has been wanting that video library for a while, and they have already worked out deals to get some footage from the Broken Hardys and AJ Styles. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's more in line with something like that.
Oh, they might be getting it for like a video package for Joe and AJ.
Yeah, which I wouldn't be too surprised. But it was the executives of Impact, so who knows? Maybe it's something to do with Chris Jericho. Who knows? I don't know why they have to talk to WWE about that, but who knows about that? A lot of thoughts. Let's keep moving on. A mixed tag team match in celebration of the new mixed tag team show on Facebook. Miz and Maurice defeats Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella.
I don't think Brie or Maurice needed to be a part of this feud.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know. Because both of them, I think, had their biggest moments in the Divas era, and I don't think they should be at the head of this women's revolution, really, because they were both huge advocates for this Divas era, and they kept didn't the Bellas cut out a bunch of people and were actual good wrestlers a few times?
I believe they did feud with AJ Lee in terms both in the WB kayfabe world and also behind the scenes. I'm not positive on that, but I'm fairly certain I've read something like that before.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like. I don't think I just think this feud should have been Ms. Daniel Bryan. That's it. I don't think it should have been my family versus your family. I think that was a dumb angle they took with it.
I'm not a whole fan of Maurice wrestling. I mean, we're looking at, in my memory, 3 matches with Maurice. One at WrestleMania against Nikki and John Cena. Mm-hmm. One at SmackDown a couple weeks ago, and then this one at Hell in a Cell. Granted, it's been years since wrestling, and she's had a child since then, I guess, since the SmackDown match and the Hell in a Cell match. Mm-hmm. But, she's not really wrestling. She's not really taking bumps that much. No. She's taking really safe ones.
Nope.
I don't enjoy watching Maurice, really.
I don't enjoy watching Brie Bella either, honestly.
Yeah, I did like that baseball slide underneath the Miz. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah, but this match was sort of the Miz and Daniel Bryan fighting each other with Brie and Maurice
occasionally stepping in. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that SmackDown match between Brie and Maurice. It was just literally nothing.
Yeah, it was it was 5 minutes, not even.
Yeah, I legitimately do not get excited when it's oh, Maurice is going to wrestle. It's okay, well, she's not going to wrestle, which is disappointing, but to be positive, it is nice to see her, I guess, still. Mm. But I guess now, based on the latest SmackDown episode, she's now not going to be on SmackDown anymore. Maybe that's a ruse. Maybe I don't know what that is, but
probably.
She still have a baby, so who knows? Who knows it all? What is your meatball rating for this match?
A 2.5.
Okay. Moving on, the Raw Women's Championship, a match of Ronda Rousey retaining her title against Alexa Bliss.
I'm very glad this wasn't a squash match again, and that Bliss actually stood up to Ronda Rousey and actually had a match.
Yeah, a 12-minute match.
I was impressed. Ronda did a good job, I thought. I think Ronda did a very good job. Bliss did a good job going after the ribs. Ronda did a good job selling her ribs being hurt, and I thought it was just a solid, there was nothing amazing, but it was a solid match. It was a solid match to watch.
Mm-hmm. It is, I don't enjoy it when people, I don't understand when people say that Rousey is too clean or anything, because Ronda Rousey is definitely a superstar. She's definitely a WWE superstar at this point.
Yeah.
She fits the part. She fits the bill.
She's still kind of green, but I think she's working her way in a great way. She's coming in a great way, and she's definitely coming into her own.
Her work rate and her arc of skill that has been happening since her debut is great. It's great. She's her selling is good. She's changing up her moveset constantly.
Yeah, and she's starting to show up on Raw more often. She's starting to show up on TV more often instead of just at pay-per-views and stuff, which is neat.
Yeah. She never was. I don't think she never was a part-timer, but now it's we're starting to enter that full-timer Ronda Rousey character moment
where she's actually wrestling on like the thing is she was like before she was on Raw, but she wasn't really like wrestling matches on Raw and stuff. But now she's like starting to like be in matches and doing tag team matches, and she's like really wrestling on TV for everybody, like, and also at pay-per-view. So she's like actually becoming. She feels more like a full timer now than she did before when she was just cutting promos and stuff.
Yes, but it is exciting. It is exciting. I think Ronda Rousey has a great future. I would love for her to be a Suzuki type heel. Oh my, Ronda as a heel could be wild.
That could be very good.
But yes,
just like running over everyone. Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
Speaking of works and worked injuries, do you believe Alexa Bliss's arm injury is a work or no?
I don't know, because I don't think it was. I thought it was at first, but then when she wasn't in the mixed match challenge, I thought that was weird, because that's just like on Facebook. But so I think it might actually be like kind of a legitimate injury, but like not a terrible one. I don't know.
I mean, if you're gonna keep up the illusion that it's an injured arm, you gotta take her out of mixed match challenge.
That's true. But I'm glad she got taken out of mixed match challenge, because what is it? The Monster Eclipse or something like that now?
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, the moment it was like, oh, Ember Moon's there, let's have an eclipse off of Braun Strowman's shoulders.
And that's exactly what happened.
The very first match. They didn't even save that. They could have totally saved that, and they just immediately first match. They're like, here we go.
That's going to be the new finisher. That's how they're going to end all their matches.
Also, side tangent.
Okay.
The mixed match challenge is really, really fucking up with my like heel face dynamics.
Heel face dynamics, or like any sort of kayfabe they had going.
Braun is like a monster heel on Raw, and then he's like a friendly giant on mixed match
the mixed match challenge. Yeah. I feel like the thing is I feel like they had to like do like a quick change with that though, because Ember Moon was his partner, who is like kind of a face at this point. So
true.
I feel like if it was with Alexa, he still would have been like that brutal like monster Braun. But since he had to switch to Ember Moon like on such a dime, they had to give him like that friendly persona, so Ember Moon didn't look heel.
I could see that. That could be true. I could totally see it. I mean, granted, they could have done a heel person versus a good guy person, but at the same time, it's not like a Becky Lynch, Sami Zayn. It's Braun Strowman. He's a monster. So that I guess that couldn't work as well. I guess that makes sense.
I'm so upset that Becky Lynch and Sami Zayn lost in the first round last time, because they were
awesome.
good.
They're awesome.
I was absolutely in love with every aspect of that team.
They were great. They were great. That cake promo, it's great.
No, one of my favorites was my two favorite parts of that feud. Real quick, not that feud, the partnership was how Sammy asked Lynch, where she was like going through she was like outside with fans.
Oh yeah.
He had to hold those guys on, and he rips it off, and he's like, "I need a partner," and it was great.
It was great.
And also when Becky put Sammy's hat on and like became Sammy for a little bit, threw it off. I was like, whoa. That
was awesome. So good.
That was also very good.
What was your meatball rating on this Ronda Rousey defeating Alexa Bliss match?
3.5. I thought it was a solid match. Nothing special though.
Okay, finally, let's talk about this Hell in a Cell Universal Championship match.
Do we have
Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, ending in a no contest due to Brock Lesnar interference.
It started off really good.
Okay.
And I was actually like, part of me was upset Brock was there, but also part of me was like, all right, this could get interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Brock can kick the shit out of both of them, and then they could like, one of them can come back, or one of them could like roll over for a pin or something like that. Like, if Brock like wouldn't it have been cool if Brock like F5, when he F5 Roman on top of Braun, if he did that and the ref like started counting a pin because Roman was like on top of Braun.
Oh yeah, and just made that the finish.
Yeah, like that could have been cool. Like that could have been interesting. Like because that could have been like well, Roman only beat Braun because of Brock, you know?
Yeah, that saves Braun a little bit, I guess.
And that also makes it so... I don't know. I just think it could have been a really interesting ending, and I think that Lesnar interfering shouldn't have just caused a no contest, because it's supposed to be hell in a cell.
Yeah.
Heck in a sec.
Heck on a deck.
Heck on a deck.
It was a weird finish having a no contest ending, which the referee was blinded and attacked as well, but you could have another ref come in.
It's a Hell in a Cell match. It should not end in a no contest. It should be brutal. It should have that brutal aspect, and that was brutal. But you don't end like they didn't end it in 1998 where Mick Foley got thrown off the frickin' cell.
Or with Kane in the Shawn Michaels Undertaker match where Kane comes out.
Exactly. They didn't end it then. Why are we doing this now?
I think maybe
it just seems stupid.
The one idea I had about that was the idea of like, okay, there's the parallel to the Kane match. Not Kane match. The Shawn Michaels Undertaker match where Kane appears. There's the parallel to that. He rips off the door and then he comes in and destroys everyone. But that match still continues. Yeah. My thought here was like, well, they've established that Brock Lesnar is a monster and that he is a worse than the Demon. He is worse than Kane because he beat Kane, and he's worse than the Undertaker because he beat the Undertaker. He was the one that beat the streak at WrestleMania. So the fact that like his power level is so over 9,000, he can just decimate. The fact that he can just do an F5, it just decimates people.
Unless you're Roman Reigns, where you could do where he could take at least 6.
Which doesn't make sense then, I guess? I don't know.
I mean, last time we saw Roman Reigns taking... last time Roman Reigns took an F5, he took 6 of them.
And then got his skull broken open, too.
Exactly. So when he hit him with the table a few times and then F5'd him, and Roman Reigns was like, oh, I'm just dead now, and just selling it like death. That made no sense to me, because we've seen Roman in the past 5 or 6 F5s and still continue the match. Yeah,
it is sort of this thing of that the F5 should be more protected. They have a lot of things that have happened that are like, well, it doesn't work. Like the problem with like the long-term storytelling is that like when all this shit comes back to haunt you. Yeah. It's just like, well, that like Roman should be able to get up immediately, essentially. Like it doesn't. Yeah,
Roman should have been able to get up. Like in the past where he fought Braun has only taken 1 F5 and lost, so that makes sense that Braun didn't get up.
Mm-hmm.
But Roman, we've seen him take a lot at a time in multiple matches.
Yes.
So
it's very strange. What's your meatball rating for this match?
The match itself was all right. Like there was they Hell in a Cell'd it up. 2.5, I guess. Like it was a match.
Yeah,
it was fine.
If Brock Lesnar didn't come out, you would have. That sounds like you would have liked the match a lot more.
Yeah, if there was an actual ending and it was just even if Brock Lesnar did come out and they kept fighting on and there was an actual ending, then yeah, I would have liked it a lot more. But I don't like the fact that it was a no contest. I thought it was stupid.
What are your thoughts on the fact that this was Braun Strowman's Money in the Bank cash-in?
That makes me even more mad about it, that it was a no contest, you know? Like, It was supposed to be his big moment, his big Money in the Bank moment, and then Brock Lesnar was like, ha, no.
I'm very nervous about the Money in the Bank match becoming sort of like the new Royal Rumble, where you win it, and it's cool, but then you lose your match. I mean, this is 2 back-to-back losses with
on
the
Money in the Bank cash-ins,
with the men's Money in the Bank cash-in.
Mm-hmm.
With Baron Corbin not cashing in successfully, and then Braun Strowman not cashing in successfully.
Yep.
I mean, even the Alexa Bliss last cash-in was like immediate.
Yeah. They always do that. There's always like one like that night, and then one way later.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the Carmelo one took almost an entire year.
Yeah. I remember because like there was the one with Dean Ambrose where he cashed in on Seth Rollins like immediately at like that night.
Yep. But that was successful. I mean,
Exactly.
and you look at the Royal Rumble, the last Royal Rumble winners of Shinsuke and Asuka, neither of them won their match. They Royal Rumble, they win a match to have a match, a championship match at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
They go, and neither of them win it. So it's like, what is the value of winning the Royal Rumble match? It gets you a spot on the card, and it gets you a spot in a title match.
But then you lose and you're sent to the mid card.
Yeah, it's just like, if you lose, then it's like, well, is it worth it? I don't know. It makes me nervous about the Money in the Bank match. I don't know when the next pay-per-view would not be for a while, so I don't know. I think Carmelo was an amazing Money in the Bank contract holder.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the idea of having a character that's sitting in the background that's threatening like that. I wish that was the case. I thought Braun had the ability to do that.
I would say one of the best Money in the Bank cash-ins was Seth Rollins at WrestleMania with Roman and Brock.
Yeah.
Like he held it, and then he finally saw his moment, and I feel like that's such a cool moment in wrestling when the Money in the Bank person finally sees their moment and rushes to the ring with the briefcase and is like, I'm doing cashing in. Like, it's so cool. It's always so exciting.
It always comes out to a ginormous pop. Like the moment, like there's like the fake outs, like you're like those don't come out, but it's always like when it is happening, it's a ginormous pop.
Yeah, because you can always tell when it's a fake out and when it's actually happening. Because when it's a fake out, they like walk to the ring with it, and they're like the cash in. It takes like forever. But when they're cashing in, they cash in. Like they charge down to that ring. They sprint down. They're like, ref, here, cashing in, do it. And they're like trying to rush them. They're like, come on, start the match, ring the bell.
The excitement is there.
Yeah, it's such a cool feeling.
Yes, we've lost 2 opportunities of that with Braun and Baron. It's weird calling him just Baron. Constable.
Also, I hate when people win it and they're like, I'm cashing it in next week. Like, that's so stupid. Stop.
John.
Yeah, like, stop giving me a heads up. It was when you're going to cash it in. Like, I get you don't want to be that guy, but, like, come on. It's not nearly as fun.
Okay, well, that is all for our Hell in a Cell actual real review of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.